Vanna and Omi were cousins. Both were beautiful and smart. Yet the two were very different. Vanna was kind at heart, while Omi was a snob. Vanna always treated people with respect, while Omi didn't think that respect was necessary. For this reason, everyone appreciated Vanna, while her cousin hated her out of jealousy. One day, Omi and Vanna went on a tour with the school kids. Vanna lost track of other kids and lost her way in the jungle. While finding her way back, she came upon a cottage and went inside. The cottage belonged to 4 dwarfs. The dwarfs welcomed Vanna and asked her what she was looking for. Vanna told them that she had lost her way and wanted to get back with her friends. The dwarfs asked her to spend a day with and do as they asked her to do. In return, they promised to help her. Vanna agreed. The first dwarf, named Family, commanded her to cook dinner. Vanna gladly agreed and respectfully served everyone dinner. Then everyone went to bed. The next morning, the second dwarf, named Friends, requested her to help him clean the house. Vanna happily lent him a helping hand as well. Suddenly, she saw the third dwarf, named Neighbors, shouting angrily at the birds that were eating the corn he had planted in the garden. Vanna went to him politely, asked him to calm down. Then she set up a scarecrow, shoo away the birds. The fourth dwarf, named Strangers, saw the whole thing. He made fun of Vanna's scarecrow as it indeed appeared funny. Vanna treated him with respect as well and shared a good laugh. The day passed soon, and all the 4 dwarfs were happy to see that Vanna treated them as well as their temper with respect and kindness. It was time for her to return. The dwarfs blessed Vanna with all the beauty and riches in the world. They gave her a bag full of jewels, and within the blink of an eye, Vanna was standing next Omi among her school friends. "Where have you been?" asked Omi. Vanna told her all about her experience with the 4 dwarfs and showed her the bag full of jewels. "All I had to do was spend a day with the dwarfs." On hearing this, Omi grew even more jealous of Vanna. Nonetheless, she asked her politely to show the place where she got lost. Vanna took Omi to the spot where she had lost track of her friends. Before she could guide Omi further, she was off into the woods. Soon, Omi too reached the cottage and went inside. She saw the 4 dwarfs. With a haughty attitude, she said, "I have lost my way and will spend a day here with you. Now, when I leave, you will have to give me a bag bigger than the one you gave to Vanna, or else I will make you even shorter." The dwarfs didn't respond but let Omi stay. When family commanded her to cook food, she snapped, "Do I look like a servant to you?" The next morning, friends asked her to help him clean the house. "What?" Omi shouted. "I am not doing such a low, dirty job." When Omi was trying to catch an afternoon nap, she heard neighbors shouting angrily at the birds. "Knock it off!" Omi shouted back. "I can't stand you or your birds." Soon, neighbors set up a scarecrow. When Omi saw it, she scorned and made fun of it. Suddenly, strangers caught her abusing neighbors and started scorning her instead. This aggravated Omi, and she started making fun of his short height. The day passed with Omi shouting around the cottage. When it was time to leave, the dwarfs said, "You have been a very disrespectful girl. We can't give you much." Within the blink of an eye, Omi found herself next to Venna. Her clothes were torn, her face had ugly stars, and she had a bag full of hay and stones. The other kids made fun of her, but Omi kept quiet. She had understood that whatever happened with her was due to her disrespectful nature. David was a young but a very angry boy. He lost his anger at very small things. Whenever David was angry, he said very bad things to everybody. He used foul language and did not think before he spoke. His parents, teachers, and friends kept asking him to try to control his anger, but this made him angrier. He would just stomp off from the discussion saying, "Oh, stop nagging me. You are making me angry now." One day, Dad got a wooden plank, some nails, and a hammer for David. "David, I have got something for you. Come here," said David's father. David came running to his father as he, like all other kids, loved surprises. But when he saw the things, he was surprised. "What's this for, Dad?" asked David. "Well, David, this will help you to control your anger," replied Dad. The moment he heard the mention of his anger, he started losing it again. Dad saw that David had started losing his anger, so he smiled and said, "Every time you lose your anger, David, strike a nail in the wooden plank." By the time Dad finished what he wanted to say, David had already lost his anger. He stormed off with the wooden plank and started striking a nail in it. Now, whenever David felt angry, whenever he came across something he didn't like or someone who didn't listen or act according to him, he struck a nail on the plank. This went on and on and on. Soon, the plank was full of nails because David was angry with every situation and person around for one reason or the other. Then, one day, Dad went to David and, taking the plank in his hands, started taking out the nails one by one. David, curious, kept looking at what his dad did. Once all the nails were out, Dad said, "Look at these holes, David." Each time you struck a nail in the plank represents each time you said something bad to somebody in anger. Each bad word left a hole in somebody's heart. These holes cannot be repaired, and neither can the ones that you created, David. This is the reason why we should not get angry and say things that we are not supposed to say. Oh my God! I never realized that I was hurting someone so bad, Dad. From now on, I promise that I will try to control my anger so that I do not hurt anybody, said David. But Dad, what are the ways in which I can control my anger? Asked David. Dad answered, well, first of all, every time you lose your anger, count till 20 slowly before reacting. If this does not help, then start thinking happy thoughts. Alternatively, you can try to move away from the thought that made you angry. Try these small things and I am sure that you will be able to control your anger. David was surprised that controlling his anger could be so easy. He said, I will definitely try these techniques, Dad, and hugged his dad. Everybody was surprised to see the change in David. He was more patient and had started treating everybody nicely. He had stopped using foul language and was polite to everyone. All this happened because he had learned to control his anger and was thus consequently happier.